KRA has now confirmed that its rebrand to KRS will cost 2.7 billion Kenya shillings of taxpayers' money, of course.
I am of the view that we should rename it the Kenya Revenue Service in line with the proposed transformation.
Brilliant. What that video doesn't capture is that changing that A on KRA to an S, KRS, will cost us 2.7 billion Kenya shillings. I repeat, taxpayers' money, of course. KRA's Acting Commissioner for Corporate Support Services, Ms. Nancy Ngetich, said the rebranding to Kenya Revenue Service is aimed at increasing revenue mobilization and being a service-oriented organization. She told the Finance Committee chaired by Molo MP Kuria Kimani that the rebranding project will be implemented in 2 phases over the next 6 years, with each phase expected to cost 1.34 billion shillings. And despite this seemingly expensive venture being questioned by some political leaders, Ms. Ngetich explained that the rebranding was not only about changing the name, but also transforming its systems and operations and changing its reputation from a seemingly commandeering organization to a more friendly one. To put this all into context, one would argue that the Kenya Police Force changed its name to the Kenya Police Service years ago. KRA may be asking to do the exact same thing, add that word service onto their last name. However, in this case,
this country of ours called Kenya, this beloved country of ours, it's an active crime scene. Other countries have the mafia, but in Kenya, the mafia have the country. This is a country grappling with wanton corruption, wastage, impunity, tribalism, unemployment, poverty, name it, a plethora of problems emanating from bad governance and poor leadership. And we, the electorate, the people who vote, we are not victims, but we are sympathizers, because we aid and abet this poor leadership by making the wrong choices at the ballot. And then we keep on complaining and wondering where the rain started hitting us. We are not victims, we are sympathizers. We aid and abet, and we need to change that culture. Look at this. KRA, the Kenya Revenue Authority, wants to rebrand itself to Kenya Revenue Service, which is quite okay. But what is not okay is the colossal amount they are going to use to undertake that exercise. Listen to me. That amount is 1.7 billion. I repeat, and I amplify it louder. 1.7 billion. Yes. To change one word, remove A and replace it with S. From authority to service. Good people, this is not rocket science. This is daylight robbery. This is what we call budgeted and structured corruption. Rebranding is about culture change and not name change. You see, 1.7 billion, and it's only the name they are changing. They are not installing a new system. They are not giving us new services. It's just a logo that is going to be changed, and maybe their letterheads to be changed. But they have put it at 1.7 billion. This is corruption. And we are saying budgeted and structured corruption. We are meant to see that it is something tangible. You see, in retrospect, let's go back. The Kenya Police was rebranded to the National Police Service at a very colossal amount. And what they did, they didn't change the attitude of the police. the culture of the police. They didn't weed out or root out corruption. They just changed the uniform. Now, when you change somebody's uniform, but the mentality and the character is the same, you've achieved zero. But then money went. We were told now the new word is to improve efficiency and efficacy. They removed us from NHIF to SHA. And it will improve efficiency and efficacy. And they changed it at a cost of 104 billion. So far, SHA is no different from NHIF, only the name difference, but same habit, same culture, same corruption. Sasa, KRA, you're rebranding it to KRS. Yet, KRA is equally known to be corrupt. They aid and abet with unscrupulous traders to evade taxes. 1.7 billion to change a name from KRA to KRS. It's the same taxes, same broken service, and the same pressure. Nothing is changing. Instead of rebranding leadership, instead of rebranding priorities, we are going to rebrand logos. 1.7 billion itaenda hivyo. And I think Kenyans either tumechoka, either we don't care anymore. I don't know, because people are not angry the way they are supposed to be. 1.7 billion. And this is where we get our priorities wrong. These are public funds. They are not for image management. They are for the public good. Grade 10 pupils are at home because there are no textbooks. There's no capitation. But we have 1.7 billion to rebrand KRA to KRS. Of what value? Of what value or sense is it removing authority to service? What will it, what's the impact? Nothing. If the same rotten apples are inside KRA, they'll still be there in KRS. If it's the same attitude in KRA, it will be the same attitude in KRS. And that's why I've said you rebrand leadership. That's when you can get effective change. But name changing, it's preposterous. If you have a torn chair in your house here, and you move it from the left to the right, according to you, you've rebranded. The sitting room will still look ugly because the torn chair has just moved from here. It has gone there. There's no impact you've made. 1.7 billion in enda hivyo. And people are just quiet. People don't care. Anyways, like we have said, corruption is endemic. It's cancerous. It's like now it's malignant. People have just said, lile liwalo mbaya mbaya. We have normalized it. It's systematic. So let it be. On the other hand, here is your God-sent president walking around with 1 million, donating it to a church to buy uniforms, but he cannot even donate money to ensure that kids are in school, or pressure parliament, or pressure his government to release money. The northern frontier districts are dying of drought, but the president is here donating money in churches. These are money, even that 1 million. Why can't he start up? I don't even have words. And people, we are going for elections in 2027. You will see a lot of political miracles happening. You will see a lot of political miracles. And this is where you'll know that Kenyans suffer from Stockholm syndrome. That Kenyans are inherently foolish and primitive. We've been complaining since 2022. Next year we have a chance to make a change, but no, we shall vote the same caliber of leaders just because he has come to a kibanda to eat with you mandazi, chapodondo. They go, they take pictures with beggars. Now they are going to paint their schools to show you that they are working. Cosmetic, all for optics. And you, with your cranial cavity the size of a green gram, utapanga line hapo kuse 10 bila break. Just the weekend he took a video inside the Talanta Stadium. Atiniaje, ini noma si noma. Do we really need a stadium? Will we eat stadiums? Of what value is a stadium to us? And the price was inflated. It is a loan that we took, that we taxpayers will pay through our nose. But people now are saying we have a cool president. He has built us a stadium. What stadium? Our sports, football is in shambles. Of what value is that stadium if people are not going to be playing soccer? It will be dormant. I've said it. But anyways, like I've said, political miracles are coming. But remember, 1.7 billion is going to rebranding to change a name from authority to service. Good stuff.
Nice like